Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Xillia. In the last episode, we did some more side quests over here in Rize Maxia, and we ended up here in Laurent after we did the Jude Substitute and the Asperixis side quest. But in today's episode, we're going to be continuing our grand adventure of completing all these sub-events that occur to us, you know, right via end of the game. I know there's a lot, and like I said, there's going to be a few episodes that are just going to be side quests, and I'm sorry about that. We're not getting to endgame anytime soon. But our next objective is to go to one of the Sea Havens. We need to go back to Lakutum. If you remember the side quest about the ends of the world, where Alvin, Mila, and Jude were talking about the ends of the world, well, now that we've seen it, let's go over to the same spot again that we found it before. Do you remember when we talked about the edge of the world here? I do. So now we know that Olympias is what lies beyond the edge. Yep. That's right. So long time ago, Maxwell enclosed the world in the schism. And since then, Maxwell has spared no effort to keep it that way. And it was all to protect the people of Rize Maxia? Correct. But now, we're trying to destroy the schism. We're not the first. Over the years, there have been countless adventurers, scientists, and arts experts. A great many humans have devoted their lives to solving the mysteries of the schism. I guess even the great Maxwell couldn't keep up with the humanity's boundless curiosity. No, I guess not. But if humans did possess such a great curiosity and enthusiasm, would Maxwell have even deemed them worthy of protection? So this pretty much wraps up that side quest, and it's called the Edge of the World, if you're wanting to know. So when we first came here, we activated it, and then pretty much we ended it via just coming back to it after pretty much the end of the after we've traveled to the edge of the world in the temporal crossroads. But we have a few more that we need to finish up, and that we started earlier in the Let's Play. We're going back to Neokara and finishing up a side quest we started at the beginning of this game. It's called Those Who Act in Shadow, if you remember that. Now that we've talked to that one guard guy in Fenmont when Chapter 4 started, we can come back here after we regain Alvin. If we come to the Assembly Hall, we can find the mayor right here. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy right here.
I've been away for quite some time. Has anything significant happened here?
Lord Maxwell, you've returned. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Ivor around lately. Do you know where he might be?
Ivor? He must have run off somewhere without my permission again.
That's probably because of me. Sorry about that.
I see. But I don't think that's something for you to apologize for.
Indeed. It was the result of a showdown that needed to take place.
Thank you.
There's one more thing, Lord Maxwell. One of the young folk found this at the base of the Holomont. It's a letter addressed to someone named Al.
Al? That would be me. No one saw who might have left it?
No, there was no sign of anyone at all.
Go ahead. It sounds like it's for your eyes only.
Dear
Al,
I never expected that you would return to me. As someone who has endured betrayal her whole life, to have my expectations betrayed so sweetly was, for once, a great kindness. But if you're reading this letter now, it means that in choosing to live my life as Pressa, I have chosen to betray you. I am truly sorry.
Pressa.
Alvin!
Let's go.
Pressa's team was wiped out because of information I acquired by deceiving her. And yet, the last thing she said was that she was worried about me. Me. The guy who cost her everything. Somehow she knew I would go back to you all. I can't believe it.
You can stay here for as long as you need.
But come back when you're ready. We'll wait for you.
I'm going to keep at it. I'll protect all that you've given me. Goodbye, Jill. That was always my favorite name, you know.
And that concludes the Those Who Act in Shadows side quest. We began this at the beginning when we found out about the rats, and we slowly found out that Pressa, one of the Chimeriad, was one of them. And Al had a thing for her. And it was just a heartbreaking conclusion that she still really cared about Alvin, and it's really sad to see that. It's just like, I know we started this at the beginning, but you didn't think it would evolve into that. And that's one reason why I really like these side quests. I know these are just, you know, a lot of daunting tasks and cryptic as heck to go find these things, but when you do, it's so worth it for the lore of the story because it really helps flush it out, if you know what I mean. But we're going back to Fenmont right now, and we're finishing up another side quest that we started at the beginning of Chapter 3. If we come back here to the medical school, and we go back into the examination room where we had to help Prin save Bobo, the Sylph J. If we come back to it now, we have to kind of tell her about what happened to Agria. Agria is no longer here, so let's go inside in examination room 5.
Prin, I'm glad to see you're still here.
By all rights, I shouldn't be. Not after I betrayed Rashagal to its enemy. But with the world as it is now, we're getting scores of injured patients every day. At the very least, I wanted to fulfill my obligations as a nurse.
That is truly admirable. Fortunately, conflicts between the nations of Riza Maxia are the last thing on anyone's mind now.
Yeah, especially now that Gaius is running Rashagal too.
Yes, I talked to King Gaius myself recently. He told me that Miss Nadia was dead.
So you knew?
Yes. He was kind enough to tell me personally. I was shocked that he even knew I was Lady Nadia's lowly servant.
That is most impressive.
I'm sorry, Prin. I wish we could have done more to save her.
You don't need to say that. To be honest, it was painful seeing Miss Nadia filled with such contempt. I know this may sound horrible for me to say this, but part of me is glad to know she's finally freed from her hatred, even if it's through death. I've seen her truly smile when she held Bobo. Seeing that made her usual misery all the harder to bear.
Prin.
I'm sorry. It's never easy, is it?
So many really sad subquest ending here. It's really sad to see Prin that, you know, she's glad that Nadia isn't, you know, hurting anymore, but it's really somber to think that that was the only way to save her. But, yet again, we're going to come back here to Shandu, and we're going to be finishing up yet another side quest that we started back in Chapter 2. It was called Mother and Child, if you remember correctly, and we had a skit that kind of indicated what we needed to go do it last episode. What we need to do is we need to go back to Alvin's mother's place. Actually, we're not going to be doing that right now. I just now remember, because I was just like, where am I going? Where am I going? No, we're going to go finish another side quest that actually popped up just now. Actually, I think. Yeah. We come up here and talk to this lady right here. Let's go ahead and talk to her.
Hey there.
I remember you. You're the geographer who was studying spirit climb changes.
That's right. And I think that hypothesis I told you about just might be correct. They say the soldiers that came from the flying ships broke through a wall in the sky to get here. Think about that. A wall that surrounds our entire world. That kind of power could easily affect spirit climbs.
The schism.
The schism? Ooh, I like that name. Okay, let's refer to this wall as the schism. The next problem is, where did the schism come from? The questions never end. But that's why I love science.
Yeah.
We started this side quest. I just now remembered that. We started this side quest a while ago, and this one kind of just goes off the edge of the world side quest, kind of, in a little bit. It's just, we're just talking about the schism. We're just like, oh, it's there. That's what's causing all this problems. We need to get rid of it. But now, we are now going back to Alvin's mother's place to finish up the mother and child quest. And at this time, this is what you need to do. If you activated this quest back in Chapter 2, you need to come back here and finish it up. Now, if you just come up here, this one's kind of a bitter end too, because we already know what happens. So let's go ahead and just go here.
This is where your mother lived, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're back?
Hey, Isla. I got your letter. So... Mom's dead. You already buried her?
That's right. I'm so sorry. When I got here, she had already departed.
Mom. Why did you do this?
I'm sorry.
I'm okay. There's actually a part of me that's kind of relieved now. Gonna scold me for that?
A human life is a heavy thing. If you were carrying your mother's burden for her, it's only natural that you'd feel that way.
Never thought you'd be the one to console me. All right, enough of this. Isla, how did she really die?
What? If you mean the cause of death, it was a sudden paroxysm of...
You don't think it was the poison? Because my mother knew that you were mixing it into her food.
What?
Remember how she'd have those lucid moments? She told me about the poison in a letter.
She lied. If she knew about it, why did she eat?
Don't strain yourself. You never were a good liar.
It's you and that group of yours' fault for trapping me here.
Wait, stop.
So the truth is finally revealed. Isla killed Alvin's mother. But now, we're in pursuit of Isla.
Isla went to the royal hunting grounds.
Damn it. After her.
Now, that kind of gives you a clue where she ran off to. That's not where she went, though. What we need to do is we need to actually just go fast travel to Labari Hollow. That's where she's at. Like, they said that she went to the royal hunting grounds. That's just in the direction that she went. But right now we're going to go and chase after Isla. She is on the top of the bridge right here. You'll be able to see her. She'll pop in eventually. But if you come over here, yeah, you'll see her right there. Let's go ahead and confront her because to avenge Alvin's mother.
Why did you poison Alvin's mother?
Because she was holding her back. So long as Mom was alive, Isla could never get her happy ending.
Exactly. I don't want anything more to do with Exodus. All I want to do is live a normal, happy life. I've worked so hard just to be able to do that.
Did my mother suffer? Good. That's the one thing I was worried about.
You're going to let her go?
She killed your mother!
Mom knew she wasn't long for this world. She told me so in her last letter. She asked me to set Isla free after she died.
She knew? And she still...
Yep. Even though it meant she'd never return to the home she loved so much.
I don't believe you. You're just going to blackmail me again. I have to destroy all the evidence. I have to erase my former self. Or else I'll never be truly happy.
Wait! Isla, stop!
Isla!
How is she doing?
Thanks to your first aid, her injuries have healed up nicely. But...
Mommy, why are you leaving me? Please don't sell me. I promise I won't complain about being hungry. Please. Mommy!
How could this happen?
don't worry, Isla. I'm here. I'll always be here for you, whether you get better or not.
Isla is lucky to have you.
But it's so sad.
Are you sure it's okay for us to stay here?
I don't mind. She'll be safe here. They don't know about this place, but I'm taking the gun belt with me. It's been in my family for a long time. I promised my mom I'd take it home with me.
Then I hope you find your way back home.
It's the least I can do for her. She was a great mom.
Like I said, that was really sad. Hyla is pretty much in the same state that Alvin's mom was. But we have another sub event right now, and we take it to Labori Hollow. Let's go ahead and listen to this one right here.
What is it?
Do you think we could go back to the booster research lab?
You mean go back to Labori Hollow? Why would you want to go there?
Oh, of course! If that's where you grew up, you might remember something about your past.
I'm sorry. I know we don't have much time.
No trouble at all. Besides, maybe you'll remember something that inspires you to new heights.
That's certainly a possibility. Let's try to get back to Labori Hollow.
Like I said, I honestly am really sorry that this episode is really depressing. We're finishing up a lot of quests, and a lot of the quests I just now unknowingly did for this episode are really sad. I'm going to be saying, though, that this item that we got from the Mother and Child quest is called the Gun Belt. By having it, Alvin learns the Charged Armor skill, which is really nice, and it kind of gives you incentive to do this. So, honestly, like, if we come over here and look at the Charged Armor, if I can find it. Charge Armor. Avoid staggering while charged. When Alvin is doing his charge ability with his art, he won't be staggered. He won't break. So that makes it so that he can finish it. So it's really nice. Man, if you come back into Leticia's house right here, and you can talk to Jurgen and Isla right here, it says, I wish you'd come and visit her more often. And then she'd realize that the people who do care about her maybe start to feel a little bit better. Yeah, it's just, like I said, this game kind of really teaches you about forgiveness. I've never seen a game before that the moral of the story is really about forgiveness, forgiving people that wronged you, forgiving tragedies, and forgetting or letting go of past mistakes.
This is the site of the laboratory where you grew up, isn't it? Maybe you can remember something about your family.
I can't. I have lots of memories of Tipo, but nothing else.
Looks like this was a big fat waste of time.
Well, I certainly wouldn't say that. I love the way the wind feels here when it's blowing through my beard.
Wait, didn't Rowan's beard remind you of your father?
Hey, maybe that means your dad had a beard too. Do you remember what it was like?
He gave Elise a piggyback ride here.
That's right. I remember his beard swinging in the wind. He was really big. And he had a hat with lots of feathers and a big fluffy coat.
Are you sure that's not Zhao?
You're right. The man with the beard wasn't my father. It was Zhao. He put me up on his shoulders and told me the truth, that my mother and father had gone off somewhere very far away. He apologized over and over as he told me, but I didn't understand why. I just remember watching as his tears fell into his beard.
Hey, it's okay. You can stop.
I don't remember anything about my mother or father at all.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd be happy if you could remember more of your past. I should have realized some memories should just stay forgotten. I'm so sorry, Elise.
Ah, there you are. Some friends of mine said they saw you down here. I've been looking for you.
What is it?
I have a message from Isla. She remembered where Elise is from. There's a place just through a cave in the Mon Highlands. Isla says the house where you were born is there.
So Isla is all better?
No. It's just something she said during her delirium. She says the same things over and over.
Then you've learned of her past.
I know she can never make amends for what she did. But do you think you can forgive her? All she can do at this point is apologize. Your forgiveness would mean a lot.
Elise, please tell Isla that I said thank you.
I certainly will.
Okay, let's go. I want to see the place where I was born.
This sub-event is only available if you've completed the Reawakened subquest, which was that subquest where we tried to trying to help Elise find out her past and where she found Tipo and stuff. And it only works if you did the mother and child side quest to get Isla in that state. Because if you saw, Isla wasn't in that state when we started that side quest, or was in that state when we started the side quest. So you need Reawakened Memories and Mother and Child finished to activate this one. Now this one, we're going to be finding out the truth of what happened to Lisa's parents. And it all stems back to this one place that I went to when we first came here in the Mon Highlands. And I told you, I said, we're going to be coming back to this place for a side quest. And here we are, we're doing this side quest. This one's a very important one because, like I said, it kind of gives you more lore about Elise. Like I said, there's a lot of side quests in this game, and that's why I really push that anybody who wants to find out more, because the main story doesn't do it just enough. The side quests help broaden the story a lot more. If you did just the main quest, you will miss out on so much backstory and conclusions to problems that arose before. But we need to go through Silent Cave. If you remember that one little patch of Mon Highlands up to the north, we had to go through Silent Cave in order to do so. But yeah, it really does help to do all these side quests. And I know a lot of the side quests in this game are very missable. That's why I'm here to help you guys with this, because I know how to get all these side quests. And honestly, I'd really rather advise you guys at this point in the game to be doing these side quests, because it really helps. But let's go up to the north branch.
This should be the place Jürgen told us about.
But I don't see a house anywhere.
It's been 10 years. It could easily have fallen apart by now.
Let's try looking around a little bit more.
No, this is it. This is where my house used to be.
You sure?
Elise's flowers!
These were in our garden.
So your house really was here.
It's okay. Thank you, everyone. I feel a lot better now.
Tipo, you said these were Elise's flowers?
That's what they called them. Couldn't tell you why, though.
Jude, what are these flowers really called? Are they native to this area?
They look like princessias. Normally, you don't see them in a place like this. Her parents must have planted them back when they still lived here.
And don't all flowers have some hidden meaning behind them?
Yeah. I can't really help you with these, though.
They mean priceless treasure and a long and happy life.
This may be a stretch, but these flowers may represent what your parents thought of you, Elise. At least, that's what I'd like to believe.
Mother. Father.
I'm impressed that you put that together.
You shouldn't be. After all, you were the ones who taught me what it means to be human.
And this is really sad conclusion to this, but Elise finally found out what happened to her parents, and really, it kind of makes sense. Elise was only like 2 when her parents passed away. She wouldn't remember them. But she came back to the place where she did live, and she found a priceless treasure in these plants. And we actually got an item from that. I know it's really somber, but we did get a Princessia flower, and what that is simply just a material item that's worth a lot of points. So it's actually kind of worth it to do this side quest too. Now we come here to Sherrilton because we have another matter of orders, but we're going to take care of that in the next episode. So let's go ahead and listen to this skit right here.
Remember that naturalist who was researching changes in spirit climbs?
Ah, yes. Perhaps he's completed his research.
Yeah, we should go visit him back at the Central Plaza.
Now, Sherrilton has a couple side quest perks to do. That one in particular, that's a continuation of the side quest that we started at the beginning of the game, where we had to go climb Burmia Gorge to put up a device for the naturalist. We're actually gonna go back and do it. But as of right now, kind of see where we're at with all the side quests right now. We're doing really good. We've completed pretty much all of them, except for a handful of them. Now, I will say at this point in the game, if you look at the titles, looky right here, we only need one more side quest right now. If you followed my guide, we only need one more side quest to get this big trophy for the sub-event superhero. And that's like the biggest title you can get for the side quest in general. But with that, guys, in the next episode of Let's Play Tales of Xillia, we are going to be doing the remaining side quests here in Sherrilton. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode.